Right, yeah.
I guess I'm confused which one do people want?
Well, yeah, and that's the part that's weird to me, is like, you know, in some areas people are like, yeah, well, people should be able to, you know, like, we should be able to be topless in society. It's
Can you
like,
go to A, by the way?
Sorry.
No. Oh, wait, are you at B?
I was, by the bang bus.
Did you go down? Oh.
No, I did not.
No, I'm just telling you, could you go to A, because I think they're going to die.
Okay.
I got B, because we're saving civilians. Go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, there's like a push to be like, well, women should be able to be topless in society. It's like, okay, sure, yeah,
free
whatever,
the nipple.
yeah. Okay, and then it's like, well, why are women topless in the show?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, what do you want?
Well, because they don't want men to have anything. I don't
Right.
care if I sound like an incel. I'm literally married. So I don't care what people call me for this. And I don't care if people want to unsubscribe because I have this opinion. If you can't handle my different opinion, I don't want you here. Like, I don't want an audience that, like, gets butthurt my opinion's different than theirs. That's fucking stupid. Because people always are like, well, I'm going to leave if you keep talking about it. Okay, leave.
Right.
Like, I love my audience. I want people here. But, like, if you're going to threaten me, then just go. Find someone else who agrees with you that backs up your little point of view and be happy with yourself.
Right.
I guess that's not me. Cool. But my problem with it is that, like, the standards are so back and forth. Like, I'm okay with most things. Like, you want to put gay romance in media? I don't care. 99% of the time, I'm not going to call it preachy, as long as it's written well. You know, you want to put, you know, social and political issues in your superhero stuff? That's fine. Watchmen is probably my favorite superhero graphic novel of all time. It is, like, the most political thing out there. I don't care. So, like, how come I'm willing to accept all of this other stuff? But then when it comes down to, like, women's bodies, it's like, no, cover up, please! And it's like, it's because the women helping write these things are ashamed of their own bodies. They have self-image issues. They feel like they're ugly and fat. So what they're doing is they're projecting by wanting to remove anything that challenges how they feel about themselves or reinforces negativity about themselves from media, whereas men don't. Men don't care. Like, Deadshot could take out his Johnson right now. It could be 32 inches long, and men would chuckle. They'd be like, wow, that's a huge peen. Like, they wouldn't be like, no, my peen's not big enough.
Right.
They'd just be like, ah, that's funny.
Right.
And, like, you can see that. I mean, like, literally, that's what they tried to do with Boomerang here. Is like, now, Boomerang, take out your wiener. It's like, and then pee on him. Ha ha, wiener. Ha ha. It's like, okay. Or, like, again, Thor. It's like, oh, look at Thor's massive tits. Whoa, look at those pecs. Amazing.
It went down.
Amazing pecs. So cool. So sexy. And then it's like, oh, well, like, let's see Wonder Woman's tits. No! It's like, what? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Which way do you want it? Well, it's because of male power fantasies and men have been in a position of power. It's like, just say what you mean. Your point is not, let's change it. Your point is, now it's our turn.
Yes.
That's your point. You don't want equality. You want to get even. You want to change it and have it be the other way. Like, you want to have it so that now, you know, Chris Evans has to randomly take his wiener out in Captain America 4 somehow. And, like, we need to see a Chris Evans wiener cameo. But you want to make it so that, like, you know, if we see Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, she has to be in, like, a turtleneck and 12 layers. Like, this is literally, it's really funny to me. It's like these people want so bad to have their cake and eat it too, because it's not actually about changing things to be more equal across the board. If it was, you'd see more like himbo type characters, like dumb, like stupid, harmless men who are like a bimbo, you know?
Yeah, right.
You'd see more of those, and then you would see the same for women, and then you'd see smart ones on both sides too. And instead, the idea is like, well, we should remove this type of woman character and just make the men characters that way. Like how they made Chris Hemsworth a total brain-dead moron in the 2016 female Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Oh, well, now he's the dumbass girl. Like, that's your point. You don't actually want it to be even. You want it to be like, now it's our turn to make you feel dumb and be happy with your objectification or whatever. And again, if anyone wants to leave because of that opinion, that's fine. That's my opinion. It's not going to change. I think it's really pathetic and silly because, like, all these other things, I'm totally fine with in media. Like, I will be right there defending things like Midnighter and Apollo, two men who literally have a relationship in DC Comics. It's a well-written relationship. I understand there's going to be a lot of religious people who don't agree with it. That's fine. I don't care about that either. But it's a well-written relationship, and I can understand that, and I'm not advocating you remove this stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
yeah.
I'm never advocating you remove stuff. I'm just advocating you write stuff good. Like, the reason Tim Drake shouldn't have been bi is because it was poorly written, and it was never alluded to in anything. Ever.
Well, you could be bi now.
Yeah, but, like, it just was never a thing. Like, it never was. And I don't care how many gay content creators say it was because they want to feel accepted. Because that's what it was. The amount of people who were, like, also gay or bi during that who used it as, like, a grandstanding thing to be like, finally Tim Drake's like me!
Right.
If you need the character to be gay to be like you, then you don't understand the character.
Right. What are we doing, by the way? What's the objective?
Killing people in order to get the last thing to pop up so that we can... the last two to pop up.
Okay.
So you have to melee them usually, and then you have to shoot them while they're in the air.
Got
Or you have to throw grenades at them. That has been giving me criticals as well.
Well, I don't have any grenades.
I don't know. I went on a rant there. I want to know your thoughts on my pent-up...
Pent-up
anger.
rage.
Next thing, you know, it's going to be like, look, Jay is now Star Wars Theory. Like how I always read on Twitter about how Star Wars Theory wants to, like, murder all gay people or something because he, like... doesn't like the sequel trilogy and stuff. Like, genuinely, like, people have turned on that guy so hard.
Right.
Like, on Twitter and all
But
these
he
places.
cried!
It's like...
A grown man cries while watching a movie!
A grown man expressed emotions! Meanwhile, why don't grown men express their emotions? So stupid, dude. People are so dumb.
Well, and, like... So I guess to your whole point thing,
I'm going to F.
I'm going to E. My thing is, like... Okay, well...
You better not leave me hanging
honestly
on...
went died.
You better not leave me
died.
hanging on that point.
I died.
Because I'm already going to be called an incel and all this stuff for that.
Well, okay, so here's my thing. If it actually was like, well, we want to remove, you know, the female body from the male gaze so we can stop sexualizing women and stuff like that, if that was actually the point of it, whatever, like, fine. But it's not, because it's not equal, like you said. And that's the part where I'm like, well, then what's
So
the
you're saying
point
if they wanted to remove all of it, like all sexualization from media?
If that was people's point...
I'd still find it dumb.
I'd find it dumb, but I'd also be like, okay, fine, I get it.
Right.
But it's not the point. That's the front of it. That's the I want to look good type of front of it. Because if it wasn't, then they wouldn't be advocating for, like, Chris Hemsworth's actual bare butt in Thor 4.
Got you.
You know, and all the and all this other stuff. They wouldn't be advocating for this stuff. It wouldn't be like, oh wow, that's hot. I love Chris Hemsworth, hot body. You know, but it's like, well, how dare you look at Scarlett Johansson? You can't do that.
Right.
You know, and it's like, and my thing is like, well, what, you know, like, it's so obvious that it's just a double standard argument that now I just don't even care about it.
Right.
Like, I don't care about your argument because it's a double standard argument.
And you're lying.
And you're lying.
And all these male feminists, I genuinely think a lot of them just want someone to sleep with them.
That's really what it comes down to.
So, like, they're saying the right thing about women so that they look good to women.
Yes.
Like, what we just said is not the right thing to say about women.
No.
Like, what I just went on a rant about, people would take that, they'd clip it, they'd say, oh, Degenerate Jay is an incel. Oh, Degenerate Jay hates women.
Yeah.
It's like, no, my point is, which way do you want it? Do you want sexualization out of media, which I still think is dumb and puritanical and weird to come from a group that is mostly atheistic or agnostic.
Right.
Because the group advocating for that often now is left-leaning.
Yeah.
Which is weird to me. Like, it's so weird to me that you see, like, more Republicans okay with media they disagree with now.
Yeah.
Like, not advocating that it shouldn't exist. That's weird. Like, they'll say, like... I mean, you'll see people, like, bitch about woke stuff. And say, like, oh, I hope it fails. But they're not advocating, like... A lot of times they're not advocating, like, well, we should get rid of it completely. They're just saying, like, oh, another woke thing, this'll fail. And even when I disagree with them and think, like, oh, this is just preachy, too, it's just, like, whatever. But I feel like the outcry on the other side is very much like, this thing should not exist at all. Like, you should not be looking at this woman in this way and stuff like that. And I'm kind of like...
Well, it's... Yeah, it's,
I don't know. I mean, the crowd always bitching about everything being woke is also annoying.
Yeah, they are very annoying.
Because they will, like, bitch about things. They'll be like, Harley Quinn slept with Poison Ivy?
Damn.
woke, and it's like, no, this is just a well-written relationship.
Right, yeah.
I genuinely don't, by the way, I don't think every gay relationship is woke.
No, you just named one that wasn't.
Midnighter and Apollo is another one.
Right.
Like there are non-woke gay relationships. I think for me, I just care about bad writing.
Yes.
Wait, listen to this. What?
Black Batman.
White Green Lantern?
Precisely.
However different they were from this world's league, it wasn't enough to rout the invaders.
Why did they randomly bring up that the Justice League could have been black? Did you hear that?
I did, yeah.
Like, that's bad writing. Come on. I don't believe that. Like, so this is, to me, when you do that stuff, or you give Deadshot a basketball emote in the store, that to me is a caricature.
Yeah.
And it's weird to me how you see, like, white people on the right who have never interacted with or seen a black person in their life seem to understand black people more than white people on the left who live in cities.
Right.
They're like, white people who live in cities, it seems like they go up to them and be like, "What is up, my guy? You want a ball?" Like, that's what it comes off as, like, the writers of this game.
By the way, I marked a Riddler trophy.
Okay, I don't see your marker.
I'm a Captain Boomerang.
Let me remove. Oh, okay, got it. What do you,
a ball?
hello, my friend. Did you win any NBA games lately? It's like you just come off like you're racist. Like, how? I don't understand it. I don't know. Whatever.
Well, anyways, yeah. To your other point, to me, I think just to kind of finish up my point, if you were just advocating for let's get rid of sexualization of characters in media, I could respect it.
I don't see the thing.
It's inside of this.
How did you get in there?
You're right there. Now look up. Wait, it was in there.
Really?
Maybe you already got it.
I don't think I got it.
It was like literally right inside this thing. That's weird. So to me it's like, I could respect that, and I should probably go, by the way.
Oh, okay.
But it's like, I could respect that, but that's not what it is. It's, let's remove sexualization of women in media, but let's keep or add to sexualization of men in media.
Again, it's our turn.
Case in point, this game. Let's remove sexualization of Harley Quinn. We're going to keep Harley Quinn grabbing Deadshot's butt after he told her no.
Right.
That's fine. That's okay. That's acceptable. And by the way, I don't even really care that happened.
No.
Like, it was a joke, and I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. I don't care.
Right.
But it's just the fact that they're so preachy about, like, well, we want Harley Quinn to be more inclusive, and it's like, okay, fine, but then why'd you keep that in there? It's like, well, it's because you don't care. You just, I don't know. But then, and then in the same breath, it's like, well, let's add more sexualization of women in society in general.
Right.
By, like, taking our tits out, and we want to advocate for, not having to wear shirts everywhere and stuff. But
Which, by
it
the
better
way,
not be in a TV show.
Which, by the way, this is where I completely disagree with the right. I don't care if people do that.
I don't care. Yeah, it's like, whatever.
Like, it doesn't matter to me at all. Like, if you want to make your money from being an OnlyFans girl,
whatever, fine.
That's fine with
That's
me.
your choice.
And here's the thing, too. Depending on what you're doing, there's also levels to it. Like, I don't think that's any different than being a model in a lot of cases.
Right.
Like, a lot of those girls just wear lingerie. Or, like, they'll just wear, like, really nice clothes.
Well, yeah.
And then other ones will go all the way. And again, either way, it's your choice. But I do think that, like, there is a stigma around that, too, where people will be like, oh, she has an OnlyFans, she's a slut. And then there's, like, also just OnlyFans girls that are basically the same as just a underwear model, that no one would say that to.
Right, and my thing is, like, would I do it? No. Would I advocate for anyone in my family to be, like, an OnlyFans person? No.
Right.
But am I going to sit there and be like, well, you're not allowed to do... No.
And would you hate someone if they did?
No, if I met someone in real life that was like, yeah, I'm an OnlyFans model, I'd be like, okay.
You'd just respect them the same way as everyone else, right?
Yeah, I'd be like, well, this is a person.
And if they're really hot, I'd look up their OnlyFans.
Well, exactly.
I'm going to be honest here. I was looking for riddles while you finished your point.
So I guess that's my thing, is just like, it's not that you care about sexualization in media. It's that you care about sexualization of women in media. So it's like, well, why not just say that,
Right.
Like that's kind of my whole point, is like, why not just say what you mean?
Well, and that's kind of my question with parts of this game is, parts of it do feel a little bit to me like they are just very cynical in the sense of like trying to say, in a way, it almost feels like parts of the message are, hey, you know, your heroes don't matter, nothing they do will matter, like, you know, it's bad people who need to save the world type thing. And I think that there's, I don't know, maybe I'm getting a little preachy. I think that there is a place for that kind of thing in stories, you know, where it's like you have the Suicide Squad come together and you find the best parts of bad people.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it really needs to come at the expense of the Justice League completely.
Right.
That's kind of my problem with that. So that was just to round up that point. And then in terms of the sexualization stuff, I've said for a long time, you know, like, people want pretty characters. Like, they do. Like, they want to, like, now, look.
You don't want to play as a hideous character? What?
Look,
Quinn,
I know
here's what I
that
don't
you
get,
think
bud.
she's cute.
One thing I don't get. You want to kill the Justice League, but you're a big Wonder Woman fangirl.
Yeah, she's built like one of them Greek statues. Firing on Boomerang! In my museum.
So, I guess for me, my whole point is, I have a bunch of points. One is that, like, you look at a game like Stellar Blade, which isn't quite out when we recorded this. I don't know how long it'll take to put this up. And people want that. Like, people want this beautiful woman. They want to see this character. They want to play as this character. They want to dress her up and have fun. You know, oh, hey, a Riddler trophy.
Damn thing's overheating.
At me. I was looking for
I'll
these.
tell you this, Riddler. Last trophy I find is you. And you're
So,
not gonna like it.
I feel like people do want that, and Eastern games know this. You know, like, they are able to make Stellar Blade. They're able to make Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and put, you know, Tifa and Aerith in revealing outfits in the, you know, trailer.
Yeah, right.
And people love it. People eat it up. Like, I don't think everything needs to be this way. Now, look, if you feel like you have to justify your existence based off of a fictional character, like, I'm not in shape. I would like to get in shape, but I'm not. I don't look at Deadshot and feel bad about myself. He's
You
in
look
shape.
at Deadshot and go, he's cool.
He's cool. Yeah, I wish I looked like that.
Yeah.
And, like, you know,
I like this duck, by the way.
you also need to find people who accept you. Like, I don't think it should be either way. Like, I don't think that it should be a thing where it's like, oh, well, this person's overweight. Ha ha, fatty, moron, let's make fun of them. Like, I don't want that back.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't like that about the past. The past wasn't that great. But the problem is the present isn't either. You know, in the past, it was like, oh, well, you know, this person's overweight. Let's mock them and ridicule them and push them to self-harm.
Yeah, right.
No, that's not encouraging someone to feel better about themselves or anything. I don't like that either, you know? Like, I think both of these things can be bad.
Riddler trophy, by the way.
Okay. Both of these things can be bad at the same time. Like, why can't we have the best of both?
Yeah, right.
Why can't we have some of the values of the past that made things good? Like being okay with our bodies and allowing sexualization, but not pushing it on people. I can't find you with the Riddler trophy.
I'm down below you.
But not pushing it on people where they need to feel value based on that, you know?
Yeah.
Why can't we have both? Like, I don't understand why we have to have one extreme or the other. But we do.
Right.
Like, for some reason, I am trying to find how to get down there.
I'm literally, like, on ground level, basically.
Okay. Well, there's literally two...
So get this,
airplane here.
like, drop, basically.
Okay, got it.
And then go in there.
Somebody's getting mad at me here.
And then go that way.
I don't know. I can stop talking. If you want me to be done with my point, I can be done with my point.
Well, I think just to round out our points, we're fine if sexualization is in something, we're also fine if it's not. It's just stop being hypocritical with it.
And don't change the source material of the character.
And that's my thing.
That's my thing with Harley.
Yes.
Like, I don't expect that source material with Amanda Waller.
Right.
I don't expect that
You don't
source
want, like, her
material...
tits out.
Or with Toy Man.
Right.
Like, or even Deadshot. I just don't expect it. But I do expect it with Harley. Like, some level of healthy sexualization. Where she's okay with what she looks at and she uses her looks as, you know, part of her character. And that's part of who she is.
Yeah.
So, I'm just not a fan of changing all this because we need to go in a puritanical direction as a society because we're afraid of offending people who are unhappy with how they look. That's not my problem.
But then in the same boat, sexualizing men.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I think we're kind of like ranting here. It's like,
Yeah, I know, but I've just kind of had enough of it. It's getting really preachy and annoying.
yeah,
And I will accept most things in media, but that's one thing that I'm kind of drawing the line on, just being stupid.
right.
And just getting, like, fed up with.
Same.
Okay, you need to go take care of your steak.
Yeah.
Nate's making steaks at home. And he made a mistake by letting me rant about this for a long time. Sorry.
That's okay.
It just makes me mad because I'm an incel.
You are an incel.
Incel eco-terrorist or something. I don't know. They'll probably make up a new word.
Incel eco-terrorist?
I
What
don't
is
know.
that?
I don't know. I'm just waiting for them to make up a new word when, like, incel loses all its meaning. Like, they went through Nazi, they're going through incel, bigot is gone.